We finally back up in the vault for a full episode, baby. Get to take it a little easy because Saturday night's alright for film and get a little action in. No. Bang your head to the opening riff. God damn. Just that got my body temperature up past 800 degrees. It's beginning to get that time of year here in the vault. Since we got so much electricity flowing through our veins, air conditioning don't really seem to help. But fuck the heat, because the devil is not welcome here. What's happening, y'all? It's your boy J-Dub, and welcome to episode 32 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. Yo, this is my last episode in my 36th year, in my 36th revolution, rotation, whatever, around the sun. The last episode before we get to good old Dub Mania, aka my 37th birthday bash, coming this Wednesday, May 15th. Well, my birthday happens on May 15th every year. It just happens to be on a Wednesday this year. Everybody been asking, Dub, what you gonna do? Well, turn 37 and my birthday's on a Wednesday. So, I'm gonna do what Dub would do. I'm gonna be up at improv rehearsal. That's right. No other place that I'd rather be than improv rehearsal. I'ma shake it, baby. Huh. So, that's what I got going on. Alright? How y'all doing? How you doing? Y'all doing alright? Good. Don't let the heat and shit and the humidity and everything get to you too much. Seems like the weather's finally calming down. I ain't have to go through, too much bad stuff as much as last week, to get to this week's brass tacks. I didn't have to go through any flash floods or anything. I didn't have to climb out onto the roof of Tito and try to grab onto a tree, shit like that. So, awesome. Hopefully nobody else had to do the same. So, let's get down on to some movie stuff here, because that's what The Real Rush is all about, right? So, first up, we still gotta talk Endgame. We still gotta talk Endgame because Endgame is still killing it at the box office, ladies and gents. Like, that's no surprise. What's it been at, like 3 weeks now? It's still just wrecking ass wherever it's playing. Doesn't matter if it's America, China, France, Luxembourg, Jamaica, Mozambique, Nelson Mandela's backyard. It don't matter, because it is killing it. And I've been taking the opportunity, since there's like every theater that you go to, there's like 18 showings of Endgame playing. So 9 times out of 10, when I'm about to go into a movie, there's a showing of Endgame coming out. And it hasn't gotten old yet, and I don't think it's going to get old. I just love seeing the look on people's faces as they walk out of the theater, because I know what they have just experienced. And I've even had, I've even gotten to take the opportunity to, talk with some peeps, get some of their thoughts on, what they thought, and they're still across the board. Everybody loving it. That's as far as I'm gonna go, because I'm still not gonna spoil any damn thing. We ain't gonna go back down that wormhole like we did last week. I think I might have pissed off a couple Game of Thrones fans out there, but hey, learn to keep your fucking lips shut, and there won't be any problems. For those of us that have not had a chance to see our episode of GOT yet, let alone the last like 68 or 69, however there have been. There have been 69 GOT episodes. As of this week, I've gotten up to 445 total movies in the last 2 years. I don't know where I was going with that, but hey, Endgame is still killing it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on down to this episode's brass tacks. Because once again, Endgame ain't the only game in town playing at the theater. So what we got first up on the Real Rush ticket this episode? We're going to kick things off with something that I never would have thought in a million years I would have sat here and said I was excited to go see. That's right, I'm talking about Pokemon Pokemon with the Pokey in the mall, with the thing and the guy in the face. Pokemon Detective Pikachu. And yes, this is based off the ever-popular Pokemon franchise. And even furthermore, based on the 2016 Detective Pikachu video game. Now in the movie, this follows a young insurance salesman by the name of Tim Goodman, played by Justice Smith, as he teams up with an amnesia-inflicted Pikachu, voiced by Ryan Reynolds. They team up to investigate the death of Tim's police detective father. This also stars Catherine Newton, Bill Nighy, Suki Waterhouse. Even got Kim Watanabe up in it. Up in the joint. Now, as you just heard me state a couple seconds ago, I never would have thought in a million moons, in a million suns, in a million years, in a million generations, that I would ever get excited for anything Pikachu. Okay? I have never really been a Pokemon fan much of my life. Matter of fact, for a good portion of that time, I found the shit quite annoying. Didn't understand what the whole thing was all about. You know, didn't understand what the whole rave was all about, what the whole fad was all about. You know what I'm saying? Until I saw the trailer. And the trailer itself got me pretty stoked. Does the movie deliver on this shit? Yes, it does. Okay, so first up, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. It's full of quick wit. Now, this is largely due to Ryan Reynolds' voice performance, of course. And if you've been reading up on some things as of late, which I didn't read too much into it, but, you know, him doing Deadpool kind of fueled him to do this project. And you could definitely see where that's shown. But Ryan Reynolds is just a Mac with that quick wit, as we all know. Anyway, Justice Smith, on the other hand, shines. The kid is awesome. And that's something that I noticed when I saw him show up in last year's films Every Day. The name of the film is Every Day. I didn't watch a Justice Smith film Every Day. He hasn't made that many films yet. He was in that joint called Every Day last year, and he also had a supporting role in last year's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And I said, that kid, he's going to have his big splash coming up real soon. Little did I know, here it is. Not even a year after Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So definitely keep Justice Smith on your radar, ladies and gents. I particularly dug how, even though I've never been a big fan of Pokemon or any of the, like, franchise video games, you know, comic books, comic series, cartoon series, what have you, it's pretty hard not to pay attention to a lot of it. So I picked up a lot of information about Pokemon over the years, you know? It's hard not to. You work in so many shopping malls, you hang around so many people, you're just gonna pick up some shit. Right? Right. Okay? So, even though I picked up some Pokemon knowledge over the years, and that means that I was not totally blind going into this movie, I particularly dug how you really don't need to have a vast knowledge of the world of Pokemon to go into this, as this movie does a fine job of explaining all the characters and their powers and all that, what have you. So boom. So if you're not a big fan like me, but this does look like it interests you, go ahead. Go see some Pokemon Detective Pikachu. It's perfectly well balanced for all ages. There's some adult humor in it. Of course, you got Ryan Reynolds voices some shit in it. Of course there's going to be some adult humor in it. But well balanced for all ages to enjoy. The CGI and the human interactions are pretty well done. So, real rush golf clap. Yes. And, last but most certainly not least, if it could just about make me a fan, and I told this dude up at Hoyt's after I saw it up at Centerville on Thursday. He asked me how it was. I said, it's fucking awesome. I'm not even a Pokemon fan and I love it. But after seeing it, I just might download some Go on my phone. I don't know if like that's the thing or if that's like still like the cool thing to do. I don't give a fuck. It's all good. If it's still there, hey, it's still new to me. Maybe I'll give it a check out sometime. I'll just make sure that when I am playing it, that I'm not gonna walk my ass into traffic like some other people that were really hardcore about that game. I heard that was a big thing about that game. But anywho, so if this movie could just about make me a fan of the Pokemon franchise, then the diehard fans are absolutely gonna love it. But once again, if it could just about make me a fan, and if you don't have to have any knowledge of the Pokemon franchise to go into this movie, go see it. Round up the posse, round up the fam. Go see Pokemon Detective Pikachu, and I think you will enjoy it too. Right? Right? Right. Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Playing everywhere. Go check it out. Next up on this episode's Real Rush Ticket, I want to get on down to something that I do every day to make sure that this show is awesome for everybody watching. And that's hustle my ass off, baby. You see where I'm going with this. Next up on the Real Rush Ticket, new comedy, The Hustle. Now this is a gender-swapped remake of 1988's Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with Michael Caine and Steve Martin, which in turn is a remake of a 1964 film called Bedtime Story. Now in The Hustle, we have Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson starring as two con artists who, in this film, focus their sights on an internet millionaire. This also stars Alex Sharp. You got Tim Blake Nelson up in it, if you can spot him. And there's even an appearance by Dean Norris up in it. My boy Hank from Breaking Bad is back! He lives! Is that a spoiler? Maybe, maybe not. That's payback. GOT fans. Or whatever. I don't know. But Hank's back. Dean Norris is up in it, y'all. Now, The Hustle. This is getting some starkly negative reviews. But the critics done got it fucked up. The trailer did not look all that hot. And you know why? Because all the best parts of the movie, for a change, aren't in the trailer. This is a straight up, The Hustle is straight up decently goofy movie with a few laugh out loud moments. Few good laugh out loud moments sprinkled about in it. Give The Hustle a shot and go see it. Whether you want to matinee it up or not, I would say give The Hustle a chance. I don't listen to the critics on this one. You got to see this one for yourself. As I talked with my boy up at the Angelica last night, he said that he had seen it. He saw it before I did. Imagine that shit. And we both agreed. Because he had seen it. I said, what did you think about it? He said that he liked it. And that was in stark contrast to what I had already heard what the critics were saying about it. And it was at that moment that my boy said, and I quote, he said it in, he said, "You have to see it for yourself, my friend." And that's when I said, my man, and dapped him up. And then I took my ass to go see The Hustle. And of course, my dog's right. So yeah, The Hustle, go ahead, give it a shot, go see it, and make sure that you do stay all the way through the ending credits for one more hilarious scene that takes place as a post-credit scene. Everybody else in the theater, all other 4 or 5 people that were in the theater last night, they left during the ending credits. It's a big mistake. It doesn't matter if it's a comic book movie or not these days, ladies and gents. If you want to get your full movie's worth, or excuse me, your full money's worth with each movie that you see, more than likely you want to stay until all the way through the ending credits of every movie that you see. You just never know what's going to be after the credits. And 95% of the time, it's well worth it. The Hustle. Go check it out. Next up on the Real Rush Ticket, Poms. I was pretty excited to see this one too. I knew how it was gonna touch me when I saw the previews for it, leading up to the release a couple days ago. Now in Poms, this stars a fine as aged wine Diane Keaton. Hi, Miss Keaton. How you doing? It stars Miss Diane Keaton as a woman who moves into a retirement community and pursues her almost lifelong dream of being a cheerleader by starting a squad with some of her fellow retiree residents. This also stars Jackie Weaver, Rhea Perlman, Pam Grier's up in it, Celia Weston, Bruce Miguel's up in it. Jackie Weaver and Diane Keaton in particular both showing off their amazing range, especially Jackie Weaver in this one, because we saw her in Silver Linings Playbook. She was awesome in that. We just saw her in Widows a couple months ago. She was an absolute bitch in that. And this is a complete 180 from that role. Awesome again. So Poms as a whole, it's such a sweet, charming, heartwarming comedy that simply sets out to prove that no matter what your age is, it is never too late to follow your dreams. Go see Poms, y'all. Go see Poms. Especially given that this weekend, Happy Mother's Day, everybody. By the time y'all see this, it'll be Mother's Day, so Happy Mother's Day, everybody. This is like a, just about a perfect movie for Mother's Day. So take your mama to go see it. Or if you know of a mama, they ain't doing anything else that day, take her to go see it. Or if you a mama and you got nothing else better to do, take your ass to go see Poms. Poms? Not Poms. Poms. But yeah, go see Poms. Check it out. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think you will too. And last but most certainly not least, up on the Real Rush tickets, we have the new biopic, Tolkien. Tolkien? J.R.R. Tolkien. J.R.R. Tolkien. But let's get back down to seriousness. Tolkien. Like I said, new biopic stars Nicholas Hoult as the acclaimed and world-renowned author of the Hobbit books and the Lord of the Rings series. Nicholas Hoult, short segue, he's like the British Tom Cruise. There's just something that I noticed about him in Tolkien last night. He's like not only up and coming, but he's like the British Tom Cruise. Boom. Said it. Point, period, end of sentence. There's my statement. So let's move on to actual Tolkien. So the film itself uses a flashback narrative to tell the story of the author from his formative years through his romance with Edith Bratt, played by Lily Collins, who is the daughter of Phil from Genesis, to his service in WWI, World War I, all of which served as the inspirations for his now epically famous novels turned epic films. This also stars Colm Meaney and Derek Jacobi. And overall, it's a well-told biopic. Even if you haven't read and or seen any of the Tolkien works before, this does, I felt, a really good job of, sharing Mr. Tolkien's biography with us. It doesn't seem, as one reviewer put it out, to be as like the visual comparison of reading his Wikipedia page. It didn't feel like I was reading his Wikipedia page for an hour and 52 minutes. No, much better than that. I would rate it much higher than that. But, like I was about to say, even if you haven't seen or read any Tolkien works before in your life, I think you will enjoy it. But most certainly, the die-hard, hardcore Tolkien fans will and should enjoy this the most. See this as well. I think every single movie that I touched on here in this episode is playing in wide release, or at least somewhat wide release, so none of these films should be hard to find. So go ahead and check out Tolkien, not Tolkien. Or I mean, if you want to toke before you go see Tolkien, go right ahead. I ain't gonna judge you. I ain't gonna tell nobody either. As long as you hook me up with some Tolkien. Go check it out, y'all. And that, ladies and gents, is a wrap for episode 32 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. Please be sure to check us back here next weekend for episode 33. We got a big ass episode coming for your ass next weekend, y'all. It's my birthday episode. But that's not the reason that it's such an epic episode coming up. No. Now, being my birthday episode, I may or may not do the shit in my birthday suit. I haven't quite decided yet. The week's still young. We'll see what happens after my birthday actually hits. And what kind of debauchery I get in at that point. But next week, I will have reviewed for y'all. This is why it's such a big episode. We got 7 movies. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Is this wood? Yes, this is wood. I know this is wood because I built this shit. I didn't actually make it out of the wood, but I built it. And yeah, it seems pretty woody. So, next week, 7 movies. 7 movies to be reviewed for y'all. I'm going to have reviewed for y'all. We got, and this is just ironic as hell. What better way than to spend J-Dub's birthday weekend than to see another J-Dub kicking ass on screen? We got John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum coming out next weekend. That's huge. We also got A Dog's Journey. I already know I'm gonna be crying my ass off all the way through that shit because A Dog's Way Home had me just sponged faced the entire time through, so I know that that's what's gonna happen through that shit. Not to get my hopes too high, but you know what I'm saying. We're also gonna have for you reviewed The Sun Is Also a Star. Let's see. Ooh, Trial by Fire. We'll have that one for you. That's another one of my highly anticipated ones. It's directed by Edward Zwick, the same guy that directed Glory. And it's not. I haven't seen much press about this one either, outside of the trailers that I've been seeing at the independent theaters. So that's kind of odd, but that looks really good. If you get a chance to check out the trailer in between now and episode 33, I highly recommend you do so. We'll also have the reviews for All Is True, which looks like it should be the greatest movie of all time, seeing as it's Shakespeare master Kenneth Branagh. It's not only directed by Kenneth Branagh, but it's Kenneth Branagh playing William Shakespeare. I mean, that's just got like accolades written all over the shit. So we'll have the review for All Is True. We'll also have the review for The Biggest Little Firm. And that's only 6 movies. What's the 7th movie? What's the 7th movie, J-Dub? What's the 7th movie? I got another advanced screening via Fandango, but this time it's taking place up at the Angelica. What movie is it? We got tickets to an advanced screening of Rocket Man. Rocket Man will have a review for you next week. Bow. Stoked for that one. That's one of my most highly anticipated movies of the year as well. All 7 of those coming at you next weekend. But before next weekend, if you just simply cannot wait until next weekend to get your Real Rush fix, or to even get your J-Dub fix, you can come catch your boy performing with the Stagecoach Bandits. It's our 3rd Friday of the month improv show coming up this Friday, the 17th. Stagecoach Theater Company out of Ashburn, Virginia. Please see the bottom of the screen there for information on how to get your tickets. That's stagecoachtc.com. If you happen to be in the DC metropolitan area, and of course, as you see there, promo code John in all caps, because John is my name. If you happen to use that when you go to buy your tickets, boom, you get a discount. So, how you like them apples? Holla, come see your boy. But until then, as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, any shit like that at all, you can just go ahead and type those on down into the YouTube page that you are viewing this video, this episode on right here. And in the meantime, thank you to all those who have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't done so yet, please do so. Thank you kindly. And please continue to spread the word of the Real Rush like everybody should be spreading love these days, ladies and gents. Also, don't forget that you can follow your boy on Instagram for my live movie check-ins as they occur. That is at JDubChampion, hashtag The Real Rush. And for The Real Rush, I am your boy, JDub, ladies and gents. Thanks again for watching The Real Rush here on YouTube. Remember, when you're at the movies, chill out, respect your fellow man. So, don't be talking, keep cell phones away, and put smartwatches away. Enjoy yourselves, have fun, love J-Dub. And we'll see you next weekend! Peace out!